Do you know how the solenoid table really works and how it affects when the fish bite the best? Good morning, guys and girls. August 19. Let's look way back in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, back in the Old Testament, the first part of it. Obey the Lord your God so that all these blessings will come and stay with you. And this was a situation where the children of Israel had been given a big, long list of blessings that God would do for them. A lot of blessings that God would pour out on them. And here's what he says you need to do. You need to obey the Lord your God so that all these blessings will come and they will stay with you. Let's see what I wrote about that. Many times in tournaments, I've just missed finding a really big bunch of bass. Maybe I was on the spot at the wrong time. Maybe I didn't go far enough up a creek or didn't go quite far enough down a bank. I might have been using the wrong lure or the technique. I was close, but I made mistakes that cost me and cost me dearly. Probably every tournament angler can identify with this. You get so close sometimes to being on the mother lode, to being on the honey hole, to being on the hot spot, the places where you can really, really score well in a tournament. But you just miss it by that much, just miss it by a little bit. I believe that often we come close to God's blessings, but we miss out because of things that we do or we don't do. Not thinking robs us of blessings. Sinning sexually, being greedy, envying, gossiping, telling lies, being proud. Have I got you yet? And committing other sins short us on God's blessings. Committing sins short us on God's blessings. You know, I've talked many times about, I believe that when you're saved, and it's scripturally correct, that God sets aside blessings for you that he's going to dole out the rest of your lifetime, however long that might be. Obviously, if you're saved at a young age, you're going to have lots and lots of blessings. And the Bible describes that as a mountain of blessings. And I can think of that God has created when I was saved at 12 years old, a mountain of blessings that he's been giving me throughout my lifetime. And I think there are many, 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 many times when God wanted me to give me a blessing, but I cheated myself out of it by doing something that God didn't approve of. I did something that was a sin, and so I couldn't be blessed because of that sin. God laid out a well-defined, very well-defined path to receive and keep his blessings. Obey God. If we obey, if we were to simply do those things that God told us to do, not only are we going to be blessed by God, not only is he going to continually pour out blessings richly on us, and we will live every day in his favor, but our life is going to be so much better. Our marriages are going to be better. Raising our kids, working with our co-workers, our health is going to be better. Everything that we do will be better if we obey God, because God's rules, God's ways to live are the very best instruction book you can ever find, the Bible. And so if we just simply obey God, there's going to be so many things go right on in our life. And at the same time, God's going to be pouring out blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. I've seen it happen. Here's our tip for today. Feeding periods generally change roughly 50 minutes a day. Now, the way the solenoid table really works and why that is it operates off a lunar day. That's why it's called solenoid table, a lunar day, a moon day, which is 24 hours and 50 minutes. Now, our time system is set up on 24-hour days. We have, 12 a.m., 12 hours p.m., and we're set up on 24-hour days. A lunar day is 24 hours and 50 minutes, and that's why it changes all the time in relationship to our time. So if you're out fishing, you might not even know what the solar times are, what the major and minor feeding periods are for that day. And by the way, there's no difference in a major and a minor feeding period as far as intensity. The fish will feed just as well on a minor as they will on a major. It's just a duration of time. A major is a longer period of time. A minor is a shorter period of time when you have great activity. But if you're out fishing today, let's say, and around 3 or 4 o'clock, you saw a lot of action start happening. The bugs started flying a little bit more. The birds started singing a little bit more. You noticed a little bit more dimples and movements on top of the water. The fish started biting better. you can move that forward about 50 minutes for tomorrow, and about the same thing will happen. You probably were seeing a major or minor feeding period happen. So that was 4 o'clock today, move it to about 5 o'clock tomorrow, and you'll be about right. 4:50, about 5 o'clock, and you'll be about right. The solenoid tables can be very, very important in catching fish. They can be very important out in the woods when you're hunting. When you're hunting, you want to be out in the woods hunting, hunting during the major and minor feeding periods, not back at the camp, eating Bluebell ice cream. Okay, guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, you make the day great. The day doesn't make great things great. You make it great. And remember, I love you.